Hey, good morning, everybody. My name's Amy Howard, and it's Maker Monday. It's a time that we set aside to be able to show you the versatility of all the products here at a Maker Studio. So the fun thing about it is today we kind of have a theme. It's all things sheep. I love the stencil. One, I love the design. It looks perfect in almost any decor. And we've put together a bundle for you that allows you to be able to do a project and it not cost a fortune. You know, we talk about how many times do we go to a craft store, we go someplace to be able to buy some supplies, we spend $100, we get home, and we can't do one single project from start to finish. So we love making this easy for you. And so today we've put together a little bundle. It is an actual muslin pillowcase with one of our spreaders and a small container of our ink. This is actually a beautiful chocolate brown ink, and it's called Will I Swanee. Yes, that's a southern saying. It makes no sense to those of you that are up north or in the Midwest. It's like, what are these people? They talk crazy. Yes, we do. Well, it's I Swanee, and then we have our gorgeous sheep stencil that you can see that you can use on a whole lot of things. So let's just show you really quick a lot of the projects that we've used this beautiful chocolate brown ink and our stencil on. So look at it on burlap. Can you see this runner? How perfect this is to be able to have for the holidays. You'll be able to come back, do some sayings on it. You know, a sheet actually even for Thanksgiving would be beautiful as far as that theme. Here's an adorable tea towel that you could make as a gift. You could put it in your kitchen. And see how using the chocolate ink, it's much softer. I like it more than doing the black. I think it's really, really gorgeous. And it looks great with working with burlap. Here it is on another linen pillow that we've done. So, you know, you think about making custom pillows, mixing this with maybe a tartan plaid. We're getting ready to go into doing projects for fall and for Christmas. And this will be great even with the tartan plaid pillow next to it. But I love the simplicity of just having this sheep design and the French wording on it. Look at it on one of our cutting boards. Now, those of you that know me, I collect these. And you have a couple of different options. If you want it to be permanent, you can use the chocolate ink that comes in this particular bundle, or I also love doing it with the chalk art, because if you're not familiar with the chalk art, you can wipe it off. This is going to make it permanent. It's going to soak down into the grain of the wood, and it is going to be permanent, but if you want to be able to do it in the chalk art, you can wipe it off and do it all over again. The other thing is, I wanted to show you something that I actually have in my kitchen. I love how it looks aesthetically. I'm not one of those people that has a whole lot of things on our counters in the kitchen. I like it to be a little cleaner, but I think these are so adorable. Look at them. These are just inexpensive decanters that you can get at Target or Walmart or whatever store of your choice. We actually have a Pottery Barn outlet here in Memphis, and you can get these adorable jar containers that you can use for a lot of different things. And we used our sheep stencil with our ink on top of them, and I have these in my kitchen. We use them all the time, and I think they're adorable. So I wanted to show you just a lot of different ways of how you could use this stencil on a lot of different home decor items in your home. And a lot of you probably watch that have Etsy shops, or you do crafts fairs, or you do vintage fairs where you resell them. This sheep stencil is one of the most popular stencils that we have, and so easy to use. So let me show you how to use it. So in this bundle, you're going to be getting this pillowcase, your spreader, your ink, and your stencil. So I have one that's already here that we've used, and I'm just going to show you. So as always, if you'll notice on the back, these are adhesive. They can be used over and over again, so they're sticky, and so they're reapplicable, so you can pick them up and you can reposition them. So you want to make sure when you're working on fabric that you work with a low nap, or you work with cotton or a linen, something that's not like a velvet. I usually try to stay away from high naps, but you can lay your stencil down. You want to just be able to center it. So if that's something you wanted to be able to just kind of have a ruler and measure it from side to side and make sure that it's at the same in the position that it should be, measure it from top to bottom here. Make sure that it's the same distance so that way it's centered in the middle, and then just press it in. Now this has been used several times, but it'll hold it in position so that it allows me to be able to put my ink down. Now, I'm going to take my ink. There again, I'm doing this in a chocolate brown ink, and it's going to go a long, long way. So in this particular bundle, it's $28. You get everything that we have here, and it's going to include this ink. You see how little I'm using, so you'll be able to do a lot more projects with this. So you just lay this down with your spreader, and you don't lay it on top. You are pressing it through this mesh. Look how easy that ink goes on. It is like, it's like melted butter, pressing this down and going through here. It's so easy, it's so addicting. And I tell people, if you do crafts fairs, it's easy to be able to personalize these literally while people are waiting. Now, you are going to have to let this dry for about 2 hours after you're finished, and I want you to be able to come back and heat set it. So after it has dried for about 2 hours, you're going to need to come back with a hot iron, and I'm going to set some cloth on top of it. Look at that. Does it get any easier, guys? So fun. So easy. Look at this. Now, this is permanent, so I need to let this dry about 2 hours, and I'm going to come back and set a cloth on top of it like this. I usually use one that doesn't have any texture or anything to it. I like for it to be a little bit smoother and definitely lint-free. So you'll just lay this cotton rag on top of it and then have your iron set at about 250 degrees and allow it to just permeate into the fibers. So after about 4 or 5 minutes, just going around in a circle, it's going to be heat set. Now here's my recommendation. When you're using our inks on fabrics, turn them inside out, especially if you're making an article of clothing, or if it's something that you're doing a tablecloth or you're using for tea towels. You're not going to be able to turn it inside out. But if it's an article of clothing or a bag or a pillow, turn it inside out to wash it. That's going to make it not fade as much. But I love this. Here, now let me just show you. I have a jar here. This is a larger one. And I'm going to lay it on its side like this because I'm working with the ink. And I've got another stencil here that I've used. Yes, we have a question.
Someone joined late. What is the color of that ink? The name?
We have, it's called Will I Swanee. That's the chocolate brown ink that I'm working with. It's Will I Swanee. We put a bundle together for you that is a great price. It's $28 with this bundle. That's a special for this Maker Monday. And it includes the pillowcase, the spreader, the ink, and the sheep stencil. All right, so I'm going to take this off here. I've already used this a couple of times. And the great thing about this is it is adhesive, so it allows me to be able to reposition it. So I'm just going to lay it flat and press it down like this. All right, can everybody see? So I've just laid this down on my glass, and I've got plenty of ink left over. I'm going to take my spreader. And I'm just going to be spreading it in like this. You have to push it through that mesh. You don't want to set it on top. And you know, a lot of you, maybe you haven't worked with our chalk art. Our chalk art is much thicker. It's more of a gel form. This is a gel too, but it's much thicker. So you can have fun with these. Do it with the chalk art and then wipe it off. Your ink is going to be permanent, so you're not going to have the versatility that you do with the chalk art. But I love the fact that I can use this ink on pillows, on upholstery. You can come back, you can use some tape on upholstery to do some gorgeous French striping with this sheep stencil. Would be adorable. And a lot of you, if you don't know, you can use the Rescue Restore paint on actually painting upholstery. You just need to thin it down about 20%. All right, so I'm almost finished. You see, this goes so quick and so easy. It's addictive. It's like I need to be able to do a little bit more. So that's when I start making them for other people and I start selling them. All right, so I'm gonna pull this off. If I got some area where it bled before it sets, all I have to do is kind of come back and wipe it off. And before it sets, you can take a little bit of your furniture cleaner and wipe it off before it dries, and then do it all over. It's as easy as that. Love that. Love, love, love. So, so pretty. It's so elegant and so rich looking. Now this one was done in brown, but I did these in black because it was going to go better with my kitchen, because the veining in my marble had more gray and black in it, so it looked a lot prettier. All right, guys, so hopefully that just shows you the versatility of the products. It allows you to be able to see you can use the ink on a lot of different things. Don't forget, we're getting ready as we go into fall. Burlap is a great texture to be able to do things on. I take old rescued frames, I put the burlap in there, that becomes my canvas. So just kind of play with it with our inks and our stencils, and I think you'll see it's going to give you a lot of versatility. Have a fantastic week.